I hope you guys are doing well today. What day are we at? Wednesday. So today I wanted to talk to you guys how we can rebel against diet culture. And isn't rebel just a fun word? Makes us feel a little bit like a badass. So I love it. So anyway, before we get into chatting about how we can be rebels today, a couple things before we get started. First of all, I am in a competition called Yoga Warrior, and I'm currently in 5th place thanks to you guys. So continue to vote each day for me. This round ends in about 34 hours. And then I will, if I can keep in the top 5 for the next 34 hours, then I will be going to the next round. And so that would be super exciting. So keep voting. Lots of you are sharing my post and voting each day, and I appreciate each of you so much, but I just needed to put that little reminder in there for you guys. And then if you guys are watching this on Facebook this morning, I would encourage you to head on over to YouTube. The link is in the description of this video, and you will be able to like and subscribe to my channel and receive notifications for each time that I come live, which is Tuesdays to Thursdays around 10 a.m. Today, not 10 a.m., but around 9 or 10 to 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay, so, and then finally, if you are not in this community already, you should be. It is self-love at any size, empowering women to accept and respect their bodies at any size. So join this community if you want to be supported by a group of women who are really just, we're creating this community of people who are, possibly disrupting diet culture, possibly accepting and respecting their bodies at whatever size they are, connecting to a bunch of different mystic and holistic practices. And these are all things that I have gone through myself and now am turning and helping others through that process as well. So we'd love to have you in that community. And so before we get started, I'll just make sure I bring my screen up here so I can see anybody popping in. So let's get into it, you guys. This is going to be super fun. Being a rebel against diet culture. So raise your hand or give me a heart in the comments if you want to be a rebel against diet culture with me. So to begin, diet culture prioritizes thinness over well-being. And this really can be dangerous to both our physical and our mental health. And so what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is some ways that we can reject that. And something really powerful that I actually came and stumbled upon this morning is last year in July. If anyone is familiar with Pinterest, Pinterest actually, and this is like a big step in the right direction, Pinterest actually banned weight loss ads from its platform. So according to a statement that was released, it was for their users, and it was to help, that it said emotional and mental health and wellness. It was for their users' emotional and mental health and wellness, especially those directly impacted by eating disorders or diet culture or body shaming. So this is, as much as it is a small step, it's actually a really cool step in the right direction. In a world that's saturated with the fixation on bodies and weight. And, it is still a start in recognizing the harm of diet culture and stuff like that. But, it really speaks to the big role that social media plays in it. And I commend Pinterest for taking that brave leap. So, anyway, I just had to share that super interesting fact. I thought that was super cool that I found that. So what I want to share with you guys, 3 things today. So I want to share with you what diet culture is, why you should resist it, and then 3 ways that you can rebel against diet culture. So first of all, diet culture is that concept that it equates health and thinness and preaches that thinness must be achieved at any cost. So it involves like the preoccupation with physical appearance coupled with adhering to some definite eating standards. So this concept is instilled in us through social media, through advertising, through marketing, and actually the wellness industry. So diet culture is harmful because it propagates the existence of an ideal body. And it's considered the ideal body that is considered healthy or beautiful. And in reality, our body size largely depends on our genetics and our social determinants of health, like age, employment, and food security. So, it's not realistic, right? So why should we resist diet culture? So it is important to challenge diet culture as it causes enormous feelings of self-consciousness, shame, and guilt based on how someone weighs or looks. And so it crushes so many people's feelings towards themselves, and it creates that horrible relationship with people and their bodies based upon how they weigh or look. And not only does it propagate discrimination against people in larger bodies, it also ultimately sets people up for failure, diet culture. So a study that was done in 2015 by the National Institute of Health, weight loss diets are unsuccessful in leading to any permanent results 98% of the time. That is a big number, you guys. And that should wake you up to, and I got like full body shivers when I read that. It's huge. 98% of diets are unsuccessful in leading to any permanent results. Did you hear that? Isn't it crazy? Yeah, so that is why we should resist it, because it is setting us up for failure. It is promoting something that is discrimination. It is, it just blows me away that, it's something that we, looked up to for so long. I know I did. I bought into all of it. I was there, front row and center. Anyway, so moving on, how we can start to rebel against this horrible thing. So first thing I would encourage you guys to do, if you are on social media, and likely you are if you are watching this video, first thing is to curate your social media. Anytime you see one of those ads coming up that has to do with weight loss, promoting, all these toxic things, report that ad saying, I don't want to see it. If you have people on your social media feed that make you feel like less of a person, that make you feel shame and fear and judgment and guilt for being in the body that you are in currently, maybe it's time to unfollow them. And then with that, with your curating of your social media groups, find groups that fill you up. Find groups that are heart-centered, that are genuinely there to, be there for you, to guide you on a personal growth journey, whether it's, to do with your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health. Find those communities that make you feel good. Because if you're not feeling good, then your social media is not serving you, right? So it's letting go of all the things that no longer serve you. And some of those things might mean friends, might mean groups, might mean, really being an advocate for your own things that you see and hear and go through each day when you are on social media. So that is the first thing that we can do to rebel against diet culture. The second thing that we can do is say no to fad diets. So fad diets are things like, taking pills or, those different fad diets that we all know, that we've all probably tried, thinking that was finally the answer and that this was going to be the moment that changed us forever and made us finally worthy. Say no to those things. Say no and start to listen to your body. Start to connect to your body in a way that feels good for you. Move your body, fuel your body, but listen to your body. That is the biggest thing that I can offer someone, is to, once you connect back to your body and how your body feels, it's not going to feel like anyone else's body. How my body feels and how your body feels in different situations and circumstances and foods and exercise is going to feel different for me than it is going to feel for you. So I challenge you to say no to those fad diets and start to connect to you personally, to what you feel, what feels good for you. You're going to know what exercise feels good for you right now. You're going to know what foods feel good for you to eat. Some people's bodies don't respond well to certain foods. So for certain foods that I can eat doesn't mean that you can eat or whatever. And that is the beauty in the connection back to our bodies. And that is the work that I do with my clients, is being able to connect them back to their bodies through all these different practices that I teach. One of them, being yoga. If yoga is not your thing, though, we're going to find the thing that works for you and help you with that connection. So anyway, third thing for you guys is to be aware of toxic wellness terminology. As sad as it is to say, the wellness industry is also an industry. It benefits off of your dollar. It benefits off of selling you a product. Things like detoxes. So being aware of the language is important. So being aware of things that say, like detox, cleanses, cheat days, beach bodies, all these kind of little keywords that really, that they're all associated with wellness, but they're not always going to be the thing that, that toxic terminology is actually leading you down that same hole of supporting diet culture and supporting that way of being that is actually not setting you up for success, and it's actually disconnecting you from your body. So I know it can be unpopular opinion alert, and I totally get that. But through my own journey, I have totally realized how connecting back to my body totally switched the narrative for me, and how what I bought into with diet culture was really so toxic for me. Not to say that it's toxic for everybody. You can maybe go through your whole life and embrace diet culture, and that can be your thing, and that's okay. I'm not here to say that that's wrong. I'm just here to, speak my truth and know that there is, if you're feeling that pull towards, this doesn't feel right to me, these things that I keep doing, this yo-yo circle that I put myself through, being diet culture, doesn't feel right to you, then know that it's not meant to feel right for you, and that there is a different way to be able to bring connection back to yourself, and you be the power, taking the power away from diet culture and being that rebel against it, and you being the boss of your body and how you feel and the connection that you experience within your body. So anyway, that is my little chat with you guys today. I hope it was helpful. If you want any more information on any of this stuff, I'm happy to talk to anyone. This stuff really is exciting for me to talk about. And I really have personally received the benefit from being able to walk away from this, away from diet culture. So, would love to connect with you more. Once again, if you're not in the group, this is like a first step. If you're wanting to learn more about any of the things I talk about, is to join this community. So it's a free community, no strings attached type of thing. I just love to support people in there. There's always, there's challenges, there's giveaways, there's just community. If you're having a bad moment, then you're free to post in that group, and it's a private group that is there for people to share either their celebrations or their sad moments or their breakthroughs or their triggers, whatever it is. It's just that safe community to be able to do so and to be able to work on your self-love journey, because it is a journey, right? We are all on a journey that we are always growing and learning and changing. And, a journey of self-love is the most important journey that you'll ever go on, in my opinion. Being able to show up for life as genuinely who you are, loving who you see in the mirror. And that's hard. And I know, and that's why I say, accept who you see in the mirror, respect who you see in the mirror, because oftentimes when I say the word love, I know I get red flags. I totally see that in people's eyes when I say love who you see in the mirror. That's a really big leap. Like, we need to maybe take some baby steps to get there. So anyway, just join this community. If anything else, if any advice you take from me today is to join us in there, because it's just a safe space for you to be and grow in your self-love journey. So anyway, you guys, that's all I had for you today. So I hope this was helpful. And let me know in the comments if you watched here live with me or if you watched on the replay. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Have the best day.